Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of Dismal Disney. We're going to give you a double dose of Dismal Disney. We're going to talk about some altercations, some brawls, some violence in the Magic Kingdom.
I just thought this was funny because, these are two older people, couple groups of people that have gotten themselves in trouble at Disney. So it's not just the youngins that are causing problems. Both of these stories relate to people that are older.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to title this video. I think it's going to be old people pick fights at Disney, old people getting brawls at Disney. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. You can have magic at any age. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
You have a few hours yet. I'm not even going to pull it up. Go out to shopclownfish.com, back Crimson Wren Volume 1 and previously on Clownfish TV. Graphic novels, check it out, shopclownfish.com. You know the drill. It's the last night for it.
Yeah,
so.
You won't have to hear about it tomorrow.
No, you won't have to hear about it tomorrow. So let's talk about this. Both of these stories are coming from WDW News Today.
Right. So these are both from police reports.
Yeah, and it takes them a few weeks or a few months to actually get these because it takes a while for the police to release the reports, right? So I think we'll go with, are we going to go with this one first?
Yeah, this is the first one that came out. This happened in October.
Okay, elderly couple assaults woman over Magic Kingdom parade spot.
Now, the parade spots, the Magic Kingdom can get crazy.
Yes.
Because what happens is people start staking out spots hours before the event. And I think Disneyland, they stopped letting people do that. But Disney World, you still can. And people will try to shoehorn in at the last minute. And so people know that, and they're getting very protective of their spots ahead of time.
Yeah, and that is a problem there. I mean, we've had all kinds of problems, trying to, basically just keep the spot that we had. I mean, we've had people, try to push us out of our spot. We were waiting there for a while. We have, my favorite is, somebody's in front of you. As soon as the parade starts, they throw a kid up on their shoulders so you can't see.
Yeah, or one time they asked if they could let their kids in front of us at the one show at Hollywood Studios, and we said, yeah, that's okay. The kids can go in the front with our kids. And that's great until it started, and then they pushed us out of the way too, so they could be with their kids.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you could push in front of us. We were standing there for a long time waiting for that spot. This happens. And apparently, and another thing they do is my whole party's out riding rides while me and one or two people are trying to hold that entire sidewalk, which you're not allowed to do.
No.
And that's kind of what happened in this situation.
All right, so the article says, proving there are no age limits on Walt Disney World guests behaving badly, an elderly man and his wife in their late 70s are facing criminal charges after a hair-pulling, kicking fight to claim the best spot for the Magic Kingdom's Festival of Fantasy Parade. Now, this is the one where Maleficent caught on fire before. Yeah.
But it's Maleficent's awesome, though. It's worth it just for
It
that.
is.
It's the only thing I think. I mean, there's a lot of cool things in it, but that's the one thing I think is worth it.
It's a cool parade. I mean, it is a cool
We've seen
parade.
it many times.
We have seen it many times. It's not worth getting a fist fight over, though. Said Bruce Claff, 79, and his wife Nancy, 77, who live in Alabama, are both charged with misdemeanor battery for their role in a brawl that happened in October. It's taken the Orange County Sheriff's Office this long to release. This is typical.
Yeah, they wait a few weeks.
Yeah. A 60-year-old woman from St. Petersburg was the victim, the sheriff said. The woman said she sat down on a curb on Main Street, USA before the parade started when the Claffs informed her they were saving that area for the rest of their family.
Well, then the rest of their family should have had their asses there.
They should have. They demanded that she find a new spot, but the woman ignored the two elderly persons, in quotes, and stayed, the Orange County Sheriff's arrest report said. What happened next, the woman said, was Bruce began to kick her buttock region repeatedly and push her toward the edge of the curb, attempting to remove her from the area. Nancy also positioned herself behind the woman and began to kick her and pull the woman's hair. So Bruce tried to kick her ass.
She tried to yank her hair.
And
kick her ass. And they said that the woman asked them to stop. And I guess the woman filmed it. I don't know. They mentioned that later. But a cast member saw the stuff that was going on and then came over and told the other couple that, oh, no, she had been selected to stay in the special area, trying to de-escalate it. And probably while the cops were coming. And
special viewing area is the jail cell.
I know, right? So the cast member saw the whole thing, and then when the police came, or the security came, or whatever, she basically backed up the woman and said, "Yeah, they were yelling and kicking her."
Yes, we've actually seen something like this. Well, something like this went down when we were waiting for. It was like one of the last Main Street electrical parades, and
there's a whole story about that though. One point we got there, 3 hours ahead, 2 hours.
3 hours ahead of time.
And we sat in that curb. We found perfect spot because we wanted the best spot.
We were in the hub right in front of the castle.
And we
were going to
waited.
film it because it was going to be one of the last ones. This is when we were doing the theme park blog
Yeah,
thing.
we still are, but the other blog.
Yeah.
And the kids were little. There was actually like a lightning storm going on. No, it was far away. The kids were never in danger. If they were in danger, we would have moved. So there was lightning and rain, and people were running away. And we sat there on that curb, and we didn't move. Again, the lightning was in the distance. It wasn't anything that was close by. And it's my daughter was talking about today. She says her favorite memory, one of her favorite memories of Disney, because they took their ponchos and made a tent out of it, and her and her brother sat there and drank a Starbucks drink while we waited on the curb.
That's the most first world problem.
I know.
Like, oh my God, we're like drinking our Starbucks and waiting for the electrical
To be fair,
parade.
they only ever got it when we were down there because they didn't get it normally.
No.
And they were sitting on the curb and they were waiting, and then we eventually the rain stopped, the parade started, and we had a good seat. But during this altercation, or this incident, people behind us started an altercation.
Yeah.
Now you can go and tell. I just want to tell the beginning because it's a fun memory.
Okay, so yeah, there was they have it, taped off, right? So they have the tape.
Yeah,
the tape. You have to stand behind the tape because this is where the cast members are.
And you have to let people through.
And this woman, I think she was from New York or something, because she was talking about how she's from New York, and she was angry. She wanted to stand in front of the line, and there were other people that were lined up like right to the line. She was going to go on the other side of it. She was going to stand there, and you're not allowed to move her. And the cast.
She came late too, by the way.
She came late.
Like a minute before it started.
And she just pushed her way through and was like, "I'm just going to stand here."
I paid good money to be here.
That's what she said.
I know, that's what she said.
She said she paid good money. She came all the way down from New York. She paid good money to be here. So did everybody else. And that's what the cast members like, ma'am, everybody pays good money or bad money or lots of money or too much money to come to Disney. And she was being incredibly difficult. He went and got a manager. She was not going to move. She refused to move. She was going to stand there and watch this damn parade because she paid good money for it. And people around her were kind of like, get her out of here. But they actually didn't. I don't think they did move her. I think they just kind of let her do her thing. But I know the people behind her were
they'd be mad because they were following the rules.
They're following the rules. They were there. Yeah, a lot of those people, they were lining up to the line, and yeah. And I know it gets heated. I mean, I've seen people get into it before.
I got called a bitch because I wouldn't let them stand in front of me. I've been standing there an hour, and they're
I forgot about that.
And they're like, can we get moved to the front because we're shorter. And I was like, no, because I've been there down this road before. I've said yes to be nice before, and they literally have gotten in front of us and pushed us out of where we stood, or put a kid on their shoulders and blocked me after I let them in front of me to be nice. So I said no because my kids were there too, and I didn't want to move because the kids would be, could get trampled. And then I got called a bitch.
Yeah, I've had this happen before, and I actually got to a point where, like, when I used to go film these parades for the other blog, I used to actually deliberately stand behind the garbage can.
Yep.
Because I knew people, I was tall enough I could get, but I knew people weren't going to be in front of me. So I'd stand behind the garbage cans to film the parades, and I could also rest my arm. I had to rest the camera.
The handle thing.
Yeah. And we had people before, they'd like push their kids to the curb, and then they would come. So then as soon as the parade would start, the family would push their way in. They'd be standing right behind the kids in front of us.
Right.
And that was a problem. I'm like, what the hell? That was not the deal.
The point is, if you're going to be wanting to be at a parade, and that sounds like they got there early, and they followed that part right, where you get there early and, get your spot. However, if you are having a whole group of people and you want to take off a big area and you want someone else not to be there, then you need to have your people with you. You can't just be like, hey, I'm saying from my coat here to my purse there is all mine. It's not going to fly.
Yeah.
And then hitting somebody, just move down a little bit.
Yeah, right. So the victim who recorded the scene wanted to prosecute the 70-year-olds. She declined to comment for this story other than saying apparently age has no boundaries for cruelty. I don't know. To law enforcement, Bruce admitted to nudging the woman when she wouldn't move. He refused to give any more detailed sworn written statement to authorities. Nancy argued she and her husband never touched the woman. Instead, Nancy accused the woman of kicking her instead, but Nancy also declined to give a formal statement to the sheriff. police did not believe her story.
No, because the cast member saw the whole thing and told him what happened.
I'm sure it's on camera. There are cameras everywhere in Disney. I'm sure the whole thing is, especially Main Street.
Being recorded, just FYI.
I get, because we knew firsthand when I lost, was it my wallet, my Magic Band?
You lost, no, your Magic Band wouldn't scan.
My Magic Band wouldn't scan, and they pulled up a bunch of pictures of me from all over the park, and they had, all over the place, and they had it. And they had recordings of me all over the place because I had the Magic Band on. I guarantee you, they've got them on camera. Mm-hmm. They've got everything on camera. Nancy and Bruce were trespassed from Walt Disney World. That means they got thrown out. They got thrown out on their asses.
To come back in.
Yeah, Bruce was taken to Orange County Jail in a marked patrol car. The report does not say if Nancy was taken to jail. Imagine being almost 80 years old and being taken to jail from Disney World.
When your family showed up, they're like, "Where's mom and dad?"
Yeah, where's mom, dad?
Where's grandma and grandpa?
Grandma and grandpa. Oh, grandpa kicked some woman's ass over a parade spot. Now he's going to jail.
Because you all wanted to ride rides and not go hold your own spaces.
Right. State attorney's office decided to prosecute her for battery in November. The couple scheduled for their next court hearing on January 18th, and both have pled not guilty. I am 100% sure that Disney's got it on the video.
No, mind that, because here's my thing here, though. So they are hitting her and pulling her hair, and now they're going to have to go to court in Florida. I have someone jump me and hit me and try to kick me, and they got fined $500. Not at Disney.
No, yeah, this is a true story. We haven't gone into it too much. I think Geeky talked about it briefly.
I'm like, well, how come, I guess in PA it's $500, but in Florida you get prosecuted.
One of our businesses, it was the parking lot behind our business, and it was behind our building. And this woman, she thought she was entitled to the parking spot, and she was a very classy individual.
I was allowed to be there. Let's put, I was not doing anything wrong.
Nope. And she was bad. That was her parking spot, even though it wasn't. And yada yada yada. It wound up fisticuffs and.
Mostly it was me holding her hands so she couldn't hit me because she was an older lady while she kept kicking me.
Yeah, so we know elderly
Repeatedly.
people can be
yes.
Like this, and she was very cantankerous. But yeah, so she
so
hit you.
fined $500.
$500. I get a phone call from Geeky. I'm actually in the business. I'm in the building, and she's like,
I just called 911.
Yeah, I just called 911. I got in a fight with them. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, you just went to the car to get some stuff, and I thought it was taking you a while. And then she didn't come back. And I'm like, and then our son comes in. And he's like, Mom just got beat up in the parking lot. And I'm like, wait, well, what? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Yeah.
She tried. She got one hit in the face because her son was there, and he grabbed me to get me on to let go of her arm because I was holding. She was just basically me holding her hand still because she couldn't move anywhere because she wasn't that strong. She just kept kicking me, and then he grabbed her arm, and when he did, she got loose, and then she punched me in the face.
What?
And I was like, and the only reason I didn't kick her ass is because her grandkids were there screaming, crying. And I'm like, if I beat up grandma in front of the grandkids.
That would have been kind of.
But if I knew it only was like a $5 fine, I'd just been like, here's $2,000. Let me have a couple of hits. Just a couple minutes.
Just a couple minutes with her. That's how we should settle things in the U.S. Just be like, pay to play. All right, I'm gonna throw down my $500 and we're gonna fight.
Well, apparently in other places you actually go to jail.
Yeah, apparently you do. Yeah,
it's just around here for some reason you don't. So that's the first one. But wait, there's more.
There's more. This is a twofer.
Now we got two sisters. Remember I had the two sisters one time, and then one pulled the other one's clothes off at Disney Springs. We talked about that.
Yes.
Now these sisters one sister's biting the other one. The thing is, these women are 59 and 61 years old. I think 61, and they're biting each other after their dad's 96th birthday party.
I was like, when you're telling me that, oh yeah, their sisters are there with their dad. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what is he, like 45, 50?
They're like 18 and 17 or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, their dad's like almost 100 years old, and yeah. So adult sister, again, this is coming from WDW News Today. Adult sister bites sibling on the arm, gets arrested at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Birthdays make for special memories at Walt Disney World, except for this family's trip. The article says, while celebrating their dad's 96th birthday, two adult daughters got into a fight at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, and that's a more expensive hotel too.
Yes.
There's no
cheap way of going to Disney.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting here thinking, like, yeah, I mean, I would expect this kind of behavior at like one of the value resorts. not at the like the Polynesian or the whatever, but yeah, there it is.
If you have spend more money, you think you can do whatever you want.
I think that's true. A lot of the more entitled people at Disney are the ones that are like, well, I paid good money to be here. I spent $10,000. It's like, well, you're stupid. I don't know. You got way too much money. So it goes on. One sister was accused of biting the other and ended up getting arrested, according to the newly released public records. So, I can't believe 59 and 61.
Yeah, they spent the day together and just had dinner for Dad's birthday. And then the one became aggressive and bit her on the right arm. And there were red marks on his sister's arm. And then they said the law enforcement spoke to Warren, who denied biting her sister, but admitted to throwing her sister's suitcase on the floor. But this was interesting to me. They didn't want to press charges. And they said the sister did not give Anne permission to touch her in that manner. Well, of course she didn't. She didn't say, yeah, bite me. I mean, she might have said, bite me. She might have said, bite me. We looked right through the suitcase on the floor and she said, bite me. And then she did. That's probably what happened. Oh my God. I have siblings. That's probably what happened. I don't know. I probably did. I know that she was younger. She used to try to get my brother and I in trouble, and she realized that her teeth marks were smaller than ours. So she would bite herself twice on her arm, like to make it look like it was wider, but it would look like an M. Or something, and then
Ronald McDonald bit me.
And missing teeth, the same teeth that she was missing, so my mom didn't buy it.
That's
plus her
clever,
mouth is really, really big then, because it would be way bigger than our mouths.
That's the Hamburglar. Oh my God! Look at that. I didn't bite my siblings because I was significantly older than they were, so that would have been wrong. That would have been
I did bite mine. I don't remember.
I think they bit me once. I think I got bit once or twice, but they were like 3 or 4, and I was a teenager, and I was like,
you know what bites me all the time?
Me.
Charlie.
Your boyfriend? Oh, the dog.
The dog. Charlie bites my finger.
He does.
It's funny because, but he does. It's the dog named Charlie. Like, he's biting my finger because he doesn't want to wait for treats.
He doesn't. No.
And I'm always like, ow, Charlie bit me.
You're the treat now. You have to tell him to be nice. He knows that, because if he's not nice, I flick his nose.
Do you?
Yeah.
Poor Charles.
No, I don't flick it very often because he's always nice, because I told him to be nice.
Oh, I take it nice.
Yeah.
The sisters didn't take it nice.
She didn't take it nice.
So now, like, one got arrested then apparently because, she bit her sister.
Just where did these people come from?
What gets me isn't that this happens, because we always are posted about like somebody getting in a fight or beating, or the sisters are fighting or whatever. Yeah. But it's like their ages are what gets me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
These people are way too old to be behaving this way.
Yeah, I think the video is gonna have something to do with old people. Old people throw down at Disney or something is what we're gonna call it. Are we gonna wrap this up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.